The variation of thick and thin lines comes from the amount of pressure that is applied on the cone. For thicker lines, press down on the cone with the side of your thumb that controls the cone, and for thinner lines, release the pressure. In order to create fine, neat, and thin lines, try not to drag the cone along the skin surface. You almost want to guide and drag the cone in air, like I'm doing here. Don't worry, this technique comes with some practice and is a little tricky. Thicker lines are easier to do when the cone is dragged slightly along the surface as shown here. If you're not yet confident in creating thick lines by applying pressure as needed, you can also create them by making two thin lines and filling in the gap between the two. Line variation is very important to me, and I've learned to work with it religiously. Be it Moroccan, Indo-Arabic, Gulf, or even traditional bridal designs, this technique works for it all. Notice how the simple variation of thick and thin lines makes the design pop. These vines are my absolute favorite, and I use them all the time. The trick here, as I mentioned before, is to apply more pressure to create the thick, leafy bulge and to release the pressure as you drag it up. Different artists have different techniques that work for them, and we're always learning. I can't guarantee that what works for me will work for you, but do give it a shot. I would love to know if it helped you.